Hello, citizen. In the last episode, I helped you understand you, the citizen. If you haven't seen it, I will leave a link below and you can go watch it. Now, I want to give you a taste of the system that you live in, which is democracy. You might have many questions about this system. Why do democracies feel messy and ineffective? Why don't governments deliver better results in a democracy? Why do voters pick incompetent leaders? Are democracies the best way to function? Yeah, I might be able to give you some answers in this video, but more than answers, I want to give you a way to think about democracy as a system. Welcome to Entire Political Science. This is a series where I will try to help you understand how our society functions and hopefully reduce some of the frustrations that you feel with it. First, let's start with theory. Democracy is a word that derives from the Greek term demos, which means people, and kratos, which means power. Democracy literally means people power. You can look at democracy as a system of government. Here, citizens get to vote for their representatives. These representatives then go to parliament, assembly, municipalities, or panchayats, where they make decisions on our behalf. These four bodies are basically forums where problems are put forward and solutions are given. Then government can take all of those things and make laws that our bureaucrats are supposed to execute. That, in very simple words, is how democracy is. In theory, mota mota, people hold the ultimate authority. People aren't an abstract thing, they are individuals. Each individual has an equal say. That is a feature of democracy. Voting is the most direct manifestation of people's power, but it goes a little beyond that. There is also accountability. People are supposed to hold the leaders accountable as well. In a democracy, there shouldn't be any discrimination, whether it's on gender, wealth, minority status, disability, etc. These are again main features of the democratic setup, but in theory. When you think about it a little more deeply, democracy is like a giant mega conversation that we are all having with each other. Democracy isn't only about elections and governance, it's about everyday decisions about how society is supposed to function. It starts from your home, in classrooms, at your workplace, and if all of these places as individual units allow conversation and discussion, then we create a giant democracy. So it's worth asking, does your workplace allow free conversations? Does your opinion matter when your family is taking decisions which directly affect your well being? Does your opinion matter as much as your father's opinion? Do your teachers allow you to question them in a classroom, challenge them, and exercise critical thinking? If your answer to any of these questions is no, then, my dear citizen, I have some bad news for you. You are not living in a democracy. No, you specifically are not living in a democracy. On a surface level, we are a democracy, but if you don't feel like it in your immediate environment, are you really living in a democracy? No, you aren't. See, it's easy to blame the entire democratic setup and say that it's not working, voting doesn't get you what you want, or even say that the elected government is kind of shitty. But what is harder to implement is democracy in your immediate environment. Because if we don't have that, if conversations in your immediate environment are not happening and have been stopped or curtailed, if they have been censored, then ideas are getting stifled. Your ideas are getting stifled, and that is not great. In other words, your personal democracy and my personal democracy and my neighbor's personal democracy, all of that together make up a political democracy. Now, I get your frustrations. I get many questions on this channel which doubt this whole system, because people haven't been really told to feel what democracy is. So then they doubt it. Of course, they do. And I want to address them one at a time and offer you a little bit more clarity on what this whole thing is. First criticism: democracy is slow and inefficient. Why can't decisions be made faster? Okay, I want to ask you this. Is doing something slowly and deliberately that bad? I mean, why are you in such a hurry? It's worth asking. Why are you in such a hurry? Think about it. When decisions are made, there needs to be multiple perspectives that need to be heard. If we don't do that, then decisions will be shallow and wrong. In a democracy, especially like ours, where there is so many types of people, there is so much diversity, it's really, really important to include multiple perspectives. And that takes time. Yes, making laws that will be active for 50 years should take time. So, I say it again, slow is good. It lets you pause and think. Democracy needs to be slow. It needs to be really slow and deliberate. So, it's not a bad thing. It's a feature, not a bug. Okay, second criticism. There are too many people involved in a democracy. Why can't one leader just take quick decisions and be done with it? Why do you need to talk about everything before deciding what needs to happen? This kind of thinking is exactly what leads to authoritarianism and dictatorship. One person taking decision means that those will be really terribly thought out decisions. It's that simple. Democracy is not about a leader waking up in the morning and deciding all by himself that the entire country's currency needs to be demonetized. That's a shitty idea. I guess that was proven when that happened, right? And if the leader would have taken their time to actually hear perspectives before taking that decision, then maybe they would not have done it at all, because it's a shit idea and people would have told them that it's a shit idea. Good leaders always aim for consensus and compromise, not diktats and orders. They should allow conversations to happen. They should sit back and then hear people give their opinions and then make a decision collectively so that it is good for everyone. Because if that doesn't happen, the decisions being made will be very bad. Third criticism. Too much democracy is bad. Why should everybody's opinion matter? Some people give stupid opinions. Why should that matter? Okay, look, it's simple, and we go back to the first thing I told you about democracy being a conversation. Both good and bad ideas will be expressed during this mega conversation. The trick is to pick out the good ones and reject the bad ones. In a real democracy, every person has the right to express opinions and ideas, no matter how terrible they are. And then others have a right to criticize those ideas and shoot them down and then say that, nah, this is not a good idea. We heard you, but not great. In a democracy, freedom of speech is a legit right, and that allows ideas to evolve. Good leaders in a democratic setup should have the ability to pick out good ideas from the bad ones and then try to implement them in the best way possible. The bureaucrats have also a job to see when the ideas are bad and when they are good, and they also need to follow the same filter. So, yes, everyone's opinion should matter, because in the larger scheme of things, it allows good ideas to rise up to the surface. If you don't hear the shitty ideas, how will you know what is a good idea, right? Okay, so in conclusion, please understand this very simple fact. Democracy is chaotic. It can get messy and it can lead to a lot of frustration. But the truth is, democracy is the best form of government that humans have come up with till date. And it allows you and me to have a conversation which would ultimately benefit society as a whole. It allows me to make videos like this where I can express some ideas which you will hear, and then you will see, this is a good idea, maybe this was not a bad idea, and you can express that opinion as well. It allows better decisions to be made for all of us. Democracy might not be perfect, and it is not perfect, but it's ours. Yeah, and it includes us, and it gives us a voice. In a democracy, we matter, and you and me need to participate in it, find joy in it, and get lost in the conversations around us, and also try to make spaces that are truly democratic in nature. your home, your classrooms, your workplaces, they all need to be democratic. And if you have heard me, if you understood what I told you in this video, I feel like you can sort of try to do that, maybe, because that's the only way, and that is what true democracy is.